Pfizer ultimately is thinking about mutating COVID?
Well, that is not what we say to the public. No, don't tell anyone this building. You probably shouldn't tell anyone. You probably shouldn't tell anyone. Hey, we're exploring, like, now, you know how the virus keeps mutating?
Yeah.
Well, one of the things we're exploring is, like, why don't we just mutate it ourselves so we could preemptively develop new vaccines, right? So we have to do that. If we're going to do that, though, there's a risk of, like, as you could imagine, no one wants to be having a pharma company mutating viruses. So, the way it would work is, like, we put them in the virus in these monkeys.
Okay.
And then we successively cause them to keep infecting each other. And we collect serial samples from them, and then the ones that are more infectious, like the virus, we'll put them in another monkey, and you just constantly actively mutate it. That's one way. Okay. Or you can even do directed simulation, which we tend not to prefer. And then you just sample what the different proteins on the surface of the virus look like over time. Okay. So then you can see the mutation, and you cannot force it to mutate in a certain way you want. Okay. But you have to be very controlled to make sure that this virus that you mutate doesn't create something that goes everywhere.
Something crazy.
Is the way that the virus started and moving on. To be honest, it makes no sense if this virus popped out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know. It sounds like gain of function to me.
I don't know. It's a little bit different. I think it's different. It's definitely not gain of function.
It sounds like it is. I mean, it's okay.
No, directed evolution is very different. Well, you're not supposed to do gain of function research with the viruses. They recommend not. But you do these selected directional mutations to try to see if you can make more potent.
Yeah.
So there is research ongoing about that. I don't know how that's gonna work. There not be any more outbreaks. Just Jesus Christ.
What's the goal for Pfizer of doing that?
So part of what they want to do is to try to figure out, to some extent, there's all these new strains of variants that just pop up. Why don't we try to catch them before they pop up in nature, and we can develop a vaccine prophylactic for new variants.
Yeah.
So that's why they're thinking if you do it controlled in the lab, then we say, oh, this is an epitope, and so then if it comes out later on, in the public, we already have a vaccine kind of working on it.
Oh my God, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that the best business model though? Just control nature before nature even happens itself, right?
Yeah. If it works.
What do you mean if it works?
Because some of the times there were just mutations that pop up, right? And we're not prepared for it, with Delta or Omicron,
right,
and things like that. So who knows? I mean, either way, it's gonna be a cash cow. COVID will probably be a cash cow for us for a while going forward.
Yeah.
I obviously
Well, I think the whole, research of the viruses and mutating it, would be the ultimate, cash cow.
Yeah, it'd be perfect. It's a revolving door for all government officials.
Wow.
Yeah, for any industry though. So in the pharma industry, all the government officials who review our drugs, they come work for pharma companies. The military, all the army and defense, government officials eventually go work for the defense companies afterwards.
How do you feel about that revolving door?
It's pretty good for the industry, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's bad for everyone else in America.
Why is it bad for everybody else?
Because if the regulators who have to approve our drugs know that once they stop being a regulator, they want to go work for the company, they're not going to be as hard for the company. They're doing their job.
Right.